Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Active brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin. It has been a while since we've been here with this Palantir crew, and I can tell you why. That chart looks like absolute garbage, but today it got a little bit of a flame. Look at that, 6.38%. It was up for the day. It is up nearly 1% over 5 days. Still down in the 15-day, the 1 month, and the 3 month, and it's still quite positive on the 6 month and the 1 year, but things don't look as great. Now, what we can see here is that the price is essentially screaming back up to its 15-day moving average. But you know what the problem is? Things have changed, boys and girls. You see the correlation of the VIX here? It's got a negative 85% correlation of the VIX. Well, the VIX is on a warning, it's on a watch, it's on a storm brewing, and on a rising bull. So as the VIX is breaking out, the Palantir is falling down. Let's go ahead and look at the raw data. The raw data here for Palantir, again, you can see essentially from when we got this breakout in the beginning of May to this high in the middle of June. I know you're going to say that this was a high here in August, but that was just a false breakout. We've essentially got nowhere. The bottom here has been around 14. It looks like we've been essentially supporting it. Looks like on the 21st, we hit $14 here at the close price, and we are 3 standard deviations below the 23-day moving average. We are now at $14.85, which is within the standard distribution. It's within one standard deviation of its 23-day moving average. It is now above its 5-day moving average, but the 5-day moving average is still below its 23-day moving average. We definitely want to see the 5-day moving average get above 1511 over the next day or so here. It does look like, though, we are seeing the volatility is falling, which is quite positive considering that it's not going anywhere. The only concern is that now we have a price to fall. When we look across the board on the 1 day and the 5 day, obviously it's positive. The 15-day, 1 month, 3 months, still very negative. The 6 month is very positive. But we look at the signals. We've got go short in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. We have bearishness in the short term, intermediate term. On the longer term, it looks like we're about to flip. I'd be quite concerned if I was in Palantir right now, just because of the way the market's been setting up. But this could be a base ripper of a rally, depending on what ends up happening. We look at the rolling sentiment. We are on a falling bear. We have been since the 21st of September. Things are at 36% as of today. They're going to go up to 43%. That's quite positive to see. Looks like things are getting a little bit better underneath the hood here. We did get a sell signal on the 22nd. We did get 6 of the bear Q3 as of yesterday, 5 today. We have 0 bull signals, which is not necessarily positive. We'll look at the actual charts here. We can see, again, from Palantir's perspective, this thing has essentially gotten nowhere for a while. If we're looking at the daily sentiment is rising off of this low that we saw at the very beginning of September at 39%. The bullishness is above the 15-day moving average. It is back below the 50% range, which is not great. Not necessarily great, though, as we think about it. If we look at the daily volume is increasing as the price has been going down. And I don't mean that necessarily volume has been increasing because the 15-day moving average is definitely lower than it was before, but these spikes are associated to these down days, except for today. Today was an interesting day. I wonder what the catalyst was. As someone who does not pay attention to news, does not look at the fundamentals, only looks at price, because I view things through the lens of data, very curious because I definitely see that something has happened in the volatility as it was falling. It's starting to rise now, and the correlation is now high. So this is actually quite positive. You got a bigger breakout in volatility, which it looks like there's some massive change here. I mean, you're up nearly 30% in 1 day, and the correlation stays high. You could see some massive price gaps even higher. I would not be surprised if that 1668 was in play here for Palantir. As long as that volatility continues to break out, the correlation continues to stay high, there is no reason to expect that these prices should move or stop moving. I mean, we look here at the ultra fast sentiment indicator. Again, this is just an up close version of the 2-day average of the 10-day. It is above 50%. It is above the 15-day moving average. Things are looking very nice. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We give you 25 stocks to your inbox every single Sunday. Stocks between $5 and $20 that are breaking out. Stocks breaking out to 1-year highs. Stocks breaking out to all-time highs. It's a great list to get your trading link started. I'll talk to you soon.